The spell is called Face Chaos, and I'm getting it out of one of the RuneQuest books. I'm looting it for our purposes.
So about
I owe Lana kill.
About the spell, I was wondering if Skava's chances maybe isn't too great. If it would be possible for me to put binding on Skava.
Binding means that she would not be able to move, right?
Because it says that makes someone focus. Unless I got it wrong, I can bring out the original sheet. Binding, passive, focused, temporal.
Right, but the effect is actually to keep a person in place, to slow them down. Is that what you meant to do?
Okay.
I didn't think so.
No, I was thinking focused, so she might have a higher chance at a success.
Right. That is actually not going to happen. I'm going to have you don't have to spend power for a rune spell. And so the power has already been provided by the god, and so by casting it, you will give Zort a considerable impact. And to do this is not as you have seen before, rune magic is very dramatic, very powerful, and it affects the entire environment. You would probably perform some act that was very striking, very dramatic, very explicitly calling the woodswoman into this situation. So do you have any idea of what that might look like?
I think I may want to have some effect that maybe matches the spirit's arrival. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of birds here.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the visual effect and to scare those warriors if possible.
Okay.
So preferable birds of prey that would live in the woods.
There should be
falcons.
Perfect, plenty of them. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. And so this brings down this display of birds and hawks and falcons, and the as Skava clearly shouts to the forest, and in fact it doesn't come from above. That would be the sky. They come from the sides.
Behind me,
right, from
the grove.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And so and this alerts everybody in the village that you are here, and or the women who are at the sacred grove certainly, that you are here and what is happening. So the extraordinary effect of this will be seen for Zort when we make our next roll. So Zort, go ahead and roll another percentage.
82.
Okay, and 82 is a failure. You will be pleased to know, but it's not too bad. You'll be pleased to know that it rolled a 100. I am looking at a 100 on my dice.
Okay,
and
that's good.
And in combination with the Face Chaos, so the two of them together, I'm going to interpret fairly extremely. That you are able to stand up, which you really shouldn't be able to do at this point, strong as you are, because this is power, not strength we are talking about.
Yeah, this is about the...
But you are able to stand up, and the spirit is thrown away from you.
Yeah, and I gotta tell the spirit that I did nothing wrong. I've always Been loyal. Still loyal. If this ceases.
That's what it asks. It says, do you submit?
Yes.
You will be assigned. You will be reassigned. You will be obedient.
Yes.
Does anyone want to say anything about this out of curiosity?
I can't because I'm not there.
Yeah,
So
I'll deal with you in a moment. I'm sorry to you ran off. What can I do?
Are you sure?
I've avoided this for too long. I might have said that I can't go there, but I know that's a lie.
So you don't want us to try to kill it then?
God, no. Bad idea.
Okay. I'll stay back then.
I'm sorry.
So over at the village, we have Urko. Sorry, not Urko. Sorry, we have Ikindu. And what you're going to find is that a lot of people have gone to the stone giant and they are seeking help from Jala. And Jala is telling them that no, she is not going to reactivate the giant because that means she has to hook up a child's brain in there. And she doesn't know how, and it's probably evil, so she's not going to do it. So that's one thing. And then another thing that is happening is that you, as well as everybody else, are alerted to the force of the woodswoman manifesting in the grove, the sacred trees that are there. And that also, finally, there are other people who are kind of desperately trying to organize some kind of official meeting of the newcomers to have some kind of interaction, because the people they would have turned to for this purpose are not there. They would have turned to Skava, and they are all really want to know where Skava is, and that's kind of a crisis at the moment, in fact. The village technically could be experiencing a bit of a power vacuum right now. So whom do you want to appear to, and what do you want to do?
what I really want to do is to try to hear a conversation of the group. I don't know if they're completely silent when they're walking, or
I was talking about you getting back to the village. I was under the impression that that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right. To do that, you are not going anywhere near the group.
Oh, okay.
They are not.
I thought that it was the same place.
No, they are
Okay.
arriving from the ship, which is on the river, not from the village. So if you want to go and snoop around the newcomers, that's one action or one activity. If you want to go back to the village, that is another activity entirely.
I'll snoop around first.
Okay.
Then I'll try to get contact with the village.
All right. So none of what I just told you is currently available to Ikindu. But if you want to do that, then it's fairly straightforward. They have come in a fairly aggressive form. They are not openly attacking. They are not. They're the other people. The few that have gone out to the homes and farms look armed and ready and dangerous. The others are armed and look like a warband, but they don't. They are not mobilizing, for example, to suddenly strike at the village.
Okay. Well, when I think about my cult, probably I would go to the village because I've already set up some kind of trading network there.
Mhm.
So I have contacts. So I'll go to those people that I've contact with.
We have the bronze smith and many others. So yes,
Okay.
there are plenty of people who are happy to talk to you. The question is, what do you want to do?
Okay. I'll try to calm the situation. Say to the people, we don't know what their intent is, but we outnumber them. So I don't think they're as stupid as to try to invade the village.
Okay.
But let's have a firm stance and meet them in force.
You did say you put on your glamour spell, so that puts you at I believe a 17 or something like that. So
we got boosted to. I got boosted to 13. Then I used glamour.
Right.
Or maybe, yeah. I don't. How much do I get plus?
Half again. So 50% increase.
Okay.
And so
okay.
You have what is your charisma?
Base
now.
is 13.
That's why I'm confused. It went up since the last time we did this. So in that case, you have a nice, powerful coming in. Roll on the resistance table. I know what you are rolling against. So.
Okay. Resistance, is that
Just roll
D20?
Percentage. Roll percentage.
Wrong. Percentage. Okay. 88.
So 19 versus 11. Hold on a second. That's a difference of 8. And so that is 40 plus 50, which is 9. You have a 90% chance. And you rolled an 80 something?
Right? 88.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this would have been a failed roll without the charisma that you gained from the previous adventure. So that should tell you something, right? You were a much more impressive little guy than you used to be. And so so you're able to settle through your network of people and what you say and your quickness of your presence and your timing of what you say is quite effective. And the village kind of settles down a little bit, and everybody is saying, "Oh, good, Skava's back." It was your charisma that sort of did all the settling down, but their attention turns to, okay, well, Ikindu's here. He's telling us everything is okay. Oh, good, Skava's back.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll take that as a win. So.
Yeah, why not, right? So, so that's the effect that has occurred, and now you have to probably get a somewhat better idea of the details, but we can wait on that. All of those activities to get there, to interact. This is a social activity. It's going to take a while, you understand, to do all the things that we just said. So it doesn't. You can't measure it in combat actions. So back to our situation, Zort is actually submitting to the spirit, and the situation seems to have settled down. The group that went over to the farms is basically threatening them, and they and in the sense of, we are ready to secure this area. The villagers there, unless you want to do any differently, are probably going to simply surrender and let this crew take up residence in this spot. They're going to use these buildings, and this is where they're going to move in. On the other hand, your action was extremely dramatic and has quickly caught the attention of the priestess of the Merciful Dawn, who would very much like to talk to you.
Oh, I would very much like to talk to her, but not out here.
Aha. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I and everybody with me is going to go to the village.
Hmm.
And if she cares to, she's very welcome to accompany me.
Excellent. Okay, well, I
And
will
for all
describe
I
her right.
care, she can take with her whomever she wants.
Right. Okay. With their consent is what I understand you to say. Right. Okay. So
Try me.
Oh, right. Right. I think what I'm saying is what you're saying. So I'll role play the priestess in a minute. But right now, I just want to say that it seems as though no physical hostile action seems likely. However, they did take that area and those buildings, and they basically said, okay, this part's ours now. So
I assume everybody is following with me, the villagers, because
right.
my
They'll
intent
come,
is
yeah.
to go back to the
All
common
I can
hall.
say is that as soon as you arrive on that scene, they all get right behind you.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So that is definitely not an issue. Urko, Zort, any actions that you want to take or concerns you may have?
Currently not raise a fuss until we get to talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
But I did want to fight, so.
I know. I'm sorry. Poor Max keeps missing the combat sessions too.
Oh,
Yeah.